The second mountain, the quest for a moral life. Achieving happiness through fulfillment and contentment through giving. By David Brooks. There is a difference between contentment and happiness. Contentment is associated with a focus on the self, but within a broader framework through integration into the community to which we feel we belong, while happiness is related to a focus on the self and its desires only, without much focus on the surrounding environment and external circumstances. Therefore, achieving contentment requires overcoming many challenges, as it is not limited to ourselves, but requires the participation of many parties around us. Society promotes selfishness. We live in a world where individualism and selfishness are widespread. Wherever we analyze, we find people telling us to do what we want, fulfill our desires, and focus only on ourselves. They teach us to reject any commitment that limits our freedom, such as religion or family ties. Unfortunately, this way of thinking distances us from others and weakens social bonds in general, depriving us of the positive aspects that come from belonging to a community. The loneliness resulting from this type of freedom also harms society, as rates of loneliness increase, leading to higher rates of depression. People are no longer interested in learning and guidance, as there are now easy paths to success and fame, especially material success, at the expense of noble values, high art, and service to the community. It is true that they may achieve prosperity after reaching the peak of success, but they lose other important aspects. Personal happiness is a fleeting feeling because it depends on the achievement of goals. At that point, life becomes filled with worries, with only crumbs of happiness on the surface. The happy finally make others happy first. Before we complain about forgetting ourselves in order to help others, we must know that helping people is not as exhausting as we imagine, and in order to feel happiness and joy together, we must make an extraordinary effort and provide the equivalent in order to achieve that. This does not mean that we abandon our personal goals in order to help others, for the matter is not about avoiding happiness, i.e. self-focus, as much as it is about not making it the sole focus of our attention. For happiness is not complete nor permanent if compared to satisfaction, which is a more stable and profound feeling of psychological well-being. Instead of striving to satisfy selfish desires, the path to joy is associated with self-transcendence, for when you devote your time and energy to others, and help them grow, their lives will improve, and then you will feel pleasure and elevation. But there is a lot of work ahead of you until you feel complete satisfaction. Satisfaction and pleasing others is an achievable goal. We believe that showing kindness and love to others is an easy or even automatic matter, but when we allow others to enter our lives in order to help them, we take on their troubles and share their traumatic pains. There are many people who suffer from addiction, loneliness, depression, and many other illnesses and problems, and you may feel like you are climbing a steep hill when dealing with these problems, and unfortunately, love alone cannot solve the problems we face on the journey of life. Therefore, commitment requires you to be loyal to your cause, so choose some habits, or let's call them protocols, that you commit to when you face difficulties. The path becomes more arduous, and you become unable to bear it. And when you succeed in consolidating these habits and they become your main way of dealing with difficulties, you will withstand any sudden challenges thanks to the responses you have developed in advance. For example, a couple may agree to go out on weekends, but it may be difficult for them to commit to this habit due to external influences and emergency events, but trying to consolidate this habit reinforces the bond and affection between the spouses no matter what crises and problems they face. For more information, you can check out summaries of our books on our channel. Thank you for your valuable time.